Good morning, students. Today I am going to explain and read the second part of this story, A Gift of Chapels. But before going to start the second remaining part of this story, A Gift of Chapels, I would like to revise what was in the first part of the story. Now I am going to revise the story which we have understood in the first part of the story. Mridu goes to Rukunamani house. Mridu is a young girl living with her grandmother Tapi and grandfather Tata in Chennai. Mridu goes along with Tapi to her aunt Rukumani place one afternoon. There she meets her cousins Lali, Ravi and Meena. Everyone at Rukumani's house was glad to see Mridu. There was a thick bitter berry bush in their backyard. Ravi took her beside that. There was a small little kitten inside a torn football. The small creature was busy drinking milk that was kept inside a half shell of a coconut. Meena informed Mridu that they have found the kitten outside their house in the morning of that day. But they must keep it as a secret, otherwise, the grandmother will leave their house immediately. Let's see the picture. Ravi was upset that they were being taught to be kind towards animals, but when he was trying to do so, elders were screaming at them, calling the kitten a dirty creature. His grandmother was suspicious while he was taking out milk for the kitten from kitchen. He had to drink more than half of the milk to make her believe that it was for him. He also told Mridu that they have named the kitten as Mahindran. Mridu loved the name because it sounded real, unlike those cute ones you keep for the kittens. Ravi further added that its complete name was Mahendra Verma Pallava Punnai and M. Punnai in short. He informed her he could make it from its fur, that is, it was fine breed cat, a close relative of lion family like the one that Pallava kings used in their emblem. To this Mridu giggled, which instigated Ravi to prove his knowledge about the history further. On his school trip to Mahabalipuram, he had seen a statue of a lion and he firmly believes that it was the ancestor of that kitten. He proudly announced that his small kitten is the descendant of Mahabalipuram Rishi cat. He reminded Mridu of cats being worshipped in ancient Egypt. He believed it to be a descendant of cat goddess Bastet. Ravi was busy in making all proud announcement about his kitten when a weird sound creaked came from the window. Mridu was shocked while Mahendran was frightened. Mahendran jumped with fear on a tray or red chilies kept under the sun for drying. With the creaking noise continuing on the background, Mridu inquired what it was. Ravi informed her that it was Lali learning to play the violin. Mridu peeped from the window and she found Lali was holding the violin in an awkward position, sitting a bit away from the music teacher who had his back towards the window. Now, here we can see the second part is now going to start, and I'll continue this summary about the second part. The teacher was bald with a fringe of oil black hair falling around his ears. There was a gold chain in the neck and a ring on this hand. He had a big toe with which he was thumping the ground. He was playing the notes perfectly on the violin while Lali was struggling hard. His tracks were filled with melody while Lali continued missing the note CS. Children were having fun peeping from the window when Rukumani called Ravi to send the beggar away. She was fed up with the beggar coming to their pace for a week now and wanted him to find another house. The beggar had made himself comfortable at the garden. He was leaning against the neem tree with his upper cloth spread under it. He was about to snooze when he heard Ravi asking him to leave. He was shocked hearing this and called for lady of the house. An irritated Rukumani told Ravi that there wasn't anything left in the kitchen and asked the beggar not to come again. Her voice was so loud that Ravi didn't have to repeat her word to the beggar. The beggar told them that he would leave after taking rest for a while. It was too hot outside. There were blisters in his feet. The children were in pain seeing this and started making plans to give him chappals. Mridu remembered seeing a pair of old grey chappals while she had entered Ravi's house. She asked Ravi whom they belonged to. Ravi took the chappal and gave it to the beggar and asked him not to come again. The beggar went away, wearing the chappals and blessing the children. It was a time for the music teacher to leave. He was looking for his chappal. He called Lali and they looked everywhere but didn't find them. Lali informed Rukumani about it. Rukumani questioned the children if they had seen anyone picking up the chappal. Rukumani was really angry and Mridu couldn't control anymore. She told her that they have given the music teacher chappal to the beggar. Now I am going to read the next paragraph, which is in the second part of the story. Taking a deep breath, she cried, Rukumani, there was a beggar here. Poor thing, he had such boil on his feet. So, said Rukumani grimly, turning to Ravi, you gave the music master's chappals to that beggar who turns up here. Children these days, groaned Pati. Amma, didn't you tell me about Karna, who gave away everything he had, even his gold earrings? He was so kind and generous. Silly, snapped Rukumani. Karna didn't give away other people's things. He only gave away his own. But my chappal wouldn't have fitted the beggar's feet, Ravi rushed brashly on. And, Amma, if they did fit, would you really not have minded? Ravi, said Rukumani, very angry now. Go inside this minute. Now these are the conversation between the Rukumani, Ravi and the other children. And here you can see the Rukumani was very angry that time. So finally they let out the secret to the mother. They had give away the slippers to the beggar who was here some time ago. The mother was enraged at the act of the giving away the master's slippers to the beggar. The children were acting out of their natural behavior as they were taught during their upbringing to help others. They argue with the mother. But here, Ravi, said Rukumani, very angry now. Go inside this minute. She hurried indoor and brought out Gopu Mama's hardly worn new chappals. These should fit you. Sir, please put this on. I am so sorry my son has been very naughty. The music teacher's eyes lit up. He put them on, trying not to look too happy. Well, I suppose these will to do. These days, children have no respect for elders. What to do? A Hanuman incarnate, only Rama can save such a naughty fellow. Rukumani's eyes flashed. She didn't seem to like Ravi being called a monkey, even a holy monkey. She stood stiff and straight by the front door. It was clear she wanted him to leave quickly. Now, here you can see they argue with the mother that is it not the same thing that she had taught them in the story of Karma? Who is under to help others gave out each and everything he had on himself. Their mother was not ready to hearing this and scolded them, saying that Karna have gave what was his own and not of others. She scolded them and sent them inside the house. Rukumani soon found a pair of slippers in the house. These were the Gopu's mama slippers. He hardly worn them and were in very good condition. She brought them out and placed it before the master and asked him to try them out. It fitted him very well and he was pleased to have a nearly new condition slippers instead of the torn out one which had been given away to the beggar. The master was pleased to have these slippers. He should especially angrily about the children, but soon realized that Rukumani didn't want to hear anything against the children and wanted him to leave soon. Now, the next paragraph. When he had chatted off in his new chappals, she said, now here the clattered off means gone off noisily with the noise or clatter of the chappals. When he had clattered off in his new chappals, she said, Mridu, come in and have some tiffin. Honestly, how do you children think of such things? Thank God your Gopu Mamas doesn't wear this chappal to work. As she walked toward the kitchen with Mridu and Meena, she suddenly began to laugh. But he is always in such a hurry to throw off his shoes and socks and get into his chappals as soon as he come home. What's your mama going to say this evening when I tell him I gave his chappal to the music master? The master was away with the new pair of slippers. Rukumani called children, made the house to have something to eat. The master was away with the new pair of slippers. Rukumani called the children inside the house to have something to eat. Her anger had passed away by now and was now in a such sober and cool state of mind. She even expressed that Gopu Mama's slippers were available in the house at the time. She burst out into the laughter at the act of the children. How they had pinched and given away the master's slippers to the beggar. She was also amused to think of situation when Gopu Mama would come in the evening and, throwing away his shoes, would ask for his slippers, who were how given away to the master. The whole situation would surely be a hilarious one, she asserted. Now, in the few stanzas, you can find that Rukumani was really angry and Mridu couldn't control anymore. She told her that they have given the music teacher's chappal to the beggar. Rukumani went inside and brought Gopu's mama new chappal and gave them to the music teacher. The teacher was happy getting the new chappals, but still pretended as though it was a tough for him to accept them. Rukumani's the loving mother, the teacher called Ravi's a monkey, an incarnation of Lord Hanuman, which seemed clear that Rukumani didn't like it. She wanted the teacher to leave immediately. After he left, she called children home and offered them some snacks. She thanked God that go to office in chapels, but needed them after coming home immediately. She wondered what she will tell him, giving a hint that she will take a blame on herself. So this is the story of this second part of Gift of Chapel. Now let's see the what are the objective and the moral of this story. I think the whole story is moving around the slippers or chappals, the beggar's chapel and the gift of chapel which was given by the Mridu and Ravi to the beggar. Now first we talk about the characters of this story. We can find many characters in this story. The first character is Mridu, Meena, Ravi, Rukumani, Tapi, and the beggar. A gift of chapels explores many morals. Kindness to animal is one of the children rescue and feed a stray cat. This is the first moral I think. And one should be always generous like Ravi, Mridu, Meena and caring for the people who are poor and needy. Another thing is that we should always try to practice the morals and ethics that we have been taught since our childhood. This chapter also point out at the grown up people who should encourage the children in practicing these morals which are taught by their elders through textbooks and the religious books. Hence, there should be no difference in word and deeds. After the discussion on the moral of the story, we just revise the word meanings of this chapter. Scrawny means thin, suggesting here skinny toes. Throw her off the scent means mislead her so that she won't. Pati. Pati means grandmother in Tamil. Thata. Thata means grandfather in Tamil. Descended from. A descendant of or comes from the same family. Stowaway is someone who hides himself herself in a ship or an aircraft to travel unnoticed. And weird means strange or unusual. Vesti, Vesti means dhoti in Tamil. Stumbled, followed haltingly. Glided, moved along smoothly. Beringed means the music master is wearing a ring. Snooze, snooze means short sleep. Kept my body and soul together, managed to stay alive. Fed up, tired, and unhappy. Blisters, boils, or bubbles on the skin from burns or rubbing. Eyes filling with tears. Unappreciative disapproving. Lurking. Lurking means waiting quietly without attracting or attention. Clattered off. Gone off noisily with the noise or clatter of chapels. Let's move to the comprehension check, which is given in your book. The first question is the master, the music master is making lovely music. Read aloud the sentence in the text that express this idea. Now let's move to the text. Now here you can see what a difference. The music master's notes seem to float up and settle perfectly into the invisible tracks of melody. It was like the wheels of a train fitting smoothly into the rails and whizzing along. As Ravi said, here you can see the now in our own word we can write the music master's notes seem to float up and settle perfectly into the visible tracks of the melody. Now let's move to the second question. Had the beggar come to Rukumani's house for the first time? Give reasons for your answers. Now here you can see in the answer in the text. Now in this stanza you can see with Tapi he has been coming here every day for the past week. And it's time he found another house to beg from. Here we can see the answers. So we can write in our own word, no, the beggar has been coming to Rukumani's house for last 1 week. The beggar himself confirmed this, saying that he has survived for a week because of the Rukumani's kindness. Now let's move to the next question. The third question is a sharp V shaped line had formed between her eyebrows. What does it suggest to you about Rukumani's mood? Here we can see in the text again. In this paragraph, we can see a sharp V shaped line had formed between her eyebrows, another straight, tighter one appeared in place of her usually soft, pleasant mouth. Rukumani was angry. Here we can say Rukumani was in anger. So we are going to write the answers like this. The V shaped line suggests that Rukumani was very angry and was about to lose her temper on the children. So this is the answer of the third question. Now the next exercise is working with the text. Working with the text, complete the following sentences. First is Ravi compares Lali's playing the violin to. Here we can write derailing of a train going off track. Derailing of a train going off track. This will be answer. Now the second, trying to hide beneath the tray of chilies. Mahindran. Now we have to complete from the text. Tipped a few chilies over himself. Now here we can write here tipped a few chilies over himself. Now fill in the blanks. Number 3. The teacher played a few notes on his violin and Lali stumbled behind him on her violin. Stumbled behind him on her violin. This line we will write here. Now, number 4. The beggar said that the kind ladies of the household. Now here we are going to fill have been very generous and helped him survive for a week. Have been very generous and helped him survive for a week. The beggar said that the kind ladies of the household have been very generous and helped him survive for a week. Now, fifth, after the lesson was over, the music teacher asked Lali if she had seen his chappal. If she has seen his chappals. After the lesson was over, the music teacher asked Lali if she had seen his chappals. Here we are going to write this. Now the second question is describe the music teacher as seen from the window. Now what they have seen, the children have seen from the window, the appearance of the music teacher, we can write here. So in the picture which is given in your text, we can see again, and then we can describe the whole thing. Here we can see a picture of music teacher. We can see this is the music teacher and children are watching from the window. Now the question is describe the music teacher as seen from the window. Now here we are going to describe it. The music teacher was a bony figure. He was sitting in front of Lali with his back towards the window. He was bald-headed man with fringe of oil hair falling around his ears. He had an old-fashioned tuft. He had a shining gold chain in his neck and a diamond ring in his hand. He was wearing a golden bordered dhoti. His large foot was stuck on the floor and he was beating the floor with his scrawny toe. Now this is the description of the music teacher. Now let's move to the next question. The third question is, it's having two parts. What makes Mridu conclude that the beggar has no money to buy chappals? Now second is, what does she suggest to show her concern? Now here we are talking about the beggar and the Mridu. What makes Mridu conclude that the beggar has no money to buy chappals? Here we can write the answer, the first part of this question. The beggar showed his feet to the children. There were pink blisters on his bare feet, which made Mridu conclude that he didn't have the money to buy chappals because the beggar was shown that. Now the next part of the question, what does she suggest to show her concern? Mridu was concerned about the beggar. She suggested giving an old pair of chappal to the beggar. This is the answer of this question. Write it in your copy. Question number 4. Have you children, she began, and then seeing they were curiously quiet, went on more slowly, seen anyone lurking around the veranda. Now here the two questions are there. What do you think Rukumani really wanted to ask? And the second is why did she change her question? Now third is there also. What did she think had happened? Now the first solution we can write like this. What do you think Rukumani really wanted to ask? Now the answer is Rukumani wanted to ask the children what they have done with the chappal. And the second question, why did she change her question? The answer is, she changed the question, finding the children serious and quiet. She became sure that the children had something to do with the chapels. Now, the third question, what did she think had happened? Now, here the Rukumani thought that the children would have hidden the chapel somewhere. So, these are the answer of question number